Uh, yes. Okay. Nick hears me. That's good. If Nick hears me, everybody hears me.
Everybody should. Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
Okay. Today we're going to be talking about money management. That's actually the problem. It's not money, it's money management. Most agents suck at this. You guys know how to make money, just don't know how to manage it. And you suck at it, you're not the only one. Okay?
That's why I'm here.
That's why you're here. All right. So we're going to be talking about money management because a lot of us know or will or learn how to make money selling real estate at low volume, medium volume, and very high volume. The problem is managing the actual money. Because yesterday, who was there at yesterday's training with Karim? He was talking about the different accounts that you guys have to have. Okay.
Oh my God, 5 accounts.
5 accounts. Okay, good. So money management basically is profitability at the same time. So when you know how to manage your money, you know how to create profit. So remember, what are the 3 things I say to myself every morning? You guys know them? I'm effective. Big difference, and I'll say why. I'm effective. I'm profitable. I'm productive. Why the word effective, not efficient? Why don't I use the word efficient? Anybody can guess why I don't use the word? Come on, you're late.
A little room.
Who's this for?
Not mine.
But you can be effective, you can be efficient, but not effective.
Yeah, definitely you could be efficient and not effective, but why specifically don't I use the word efficient? Yes.
Because efficient doesn't guarantee good result.
Actually, it's the opposite.
You guarantee
But
the
I'll
result,
get to
but
that. It's
in a
the
longer
exact
time.
opposite.
In a longer time.
Okay, being efficient at something is being perfect at something. So, for example, a doctor has to be efficient. If he screws up, the patient dies. An engineer has to be efficient. If he screws up, the bridge falls. Okay? We don't have to be efficient. Nobody's going to die if you guys screw up writing something wrong in a contract.
I mean, they might have a heart attack.
If you've done this business long enough, trust me, I've seen them all. Okay, I've seen a heart attack the day of the notary. Okay? A few hours before the notary, and we had to delay for a few months. So things will happen, but it wasn't because the clause was not written properly. So what I'm trying to say to you guys is everything can be corrected, and obviously our job is to do it as best as we can. But really, selling is the 80-20 rule. Anybody read that book, 80-20? Should all read it. It's an
Pareto
amazing
principle.
book.
All the
Pareto
80%,
principle.
Yeah,
80%.
yeah, it's based on that. Okay, it's a very good book. The 80-20 rule applies perfectly to real estate. You could basically generate 80% production with 20% of your time if you use your time efficiently. See, now I use another word. Being effective is doing 80-20. Being efficient is doing 100-100.
Oh.
So you see, I'm going to work 80% more to get that extra 20% of results, which you need as an engineer, which you need as a doctor, as an architect, as a builder, but not as a salesperson. It's not the skill that you need. So being perfect, while you are practicing to become perfect, I'm making money. And you guys are not. Understand? So don't try to be perfect. Who here is very analytical? Okay.
Went to my heart when you said that.
I know. It hurts. But don't be perfect. The time that you're taking to be perfect, you're missing out on a lot of opportunities, a lot of business. Okay? My first listing that I took, you think I had the skills and knowledge that I have today? I didn't even know what the hell I was saying. She still signed with me at 7% commission, and I still made my money. So it doesn't matter how perfect you are. They're not looking for perfection. They're looking for someone that can sell their house. You guys have a license to authorize you in this great province to sell the house. Therefore, use it. Stop trying to be perfect about it. So, why do I use the three words? Well, obviously, production is my 20% of the time. I want to use my time to be as productive as possible. What are the productive activities of a real estate agent?
Prospecting.
Prospecting.
So prospecting, talking to clients. You're supposed to be talking to clients all the time, not with your phone, Francisco, with people. Put the phone on the side, please, before I sell it. You gotta make money with this stuff. Okay? So you're supposed to be talking with buyers and sellers all the time that you are actually working. Anything else than that is a waste of time. Anything else. So let me ask you, is prospecting productive?
Absolutely.
Is lead follow-up productive?
Yes.
How about pre-qualifying?
Yes.
Yes.
How about preparing your VIP package?
Yeah.
No. Are you talking to a human being while you're preparing your VIP package?
No.
No. Can somebody else do it for you?
Yeah.
Now, obviously, in the beginning, you need to learn how to do it. Okay? The better you do it, the more you can teach somebody to take care of it, because this is not productive. Sending it to someone or hand delivering it to that seller, is that productive?
Yeah.
No.
How come?
I'm getting there. It's not productive for you to sit in your car, go to that place to give that document.
Unless you're talking on the phone.
You can do it with somebody else. You can actually send it with Uber. You could send it with any delivery person. My dad does that all the time for you guys. You could use that. Okay. It's not productive to sit in the car, go in traffic, just to see a beautiful person and say, "Hi, I'm giving you my VIP package, but I'm not going to see you now. I'll see you." No, just give it to them. Is it productive to call them back and confirm they've received it, they read it?
That,
Yes.
yes.
Yes. Again, what are we talking? We're talking to humans, right? Is it productive to ask all the questions in order to prepare yourself for the listing presentation? So pre-qualify a second and a third time if necessary.
Yes.
Yes.
Is it productive to be sitting with a seller or a buyer to sign a contract?
Yes.
So now you understand what's productive. Everything else, answering your emails, is not productive. Preparing a VIP package is not productive. Okay? It's not. Entering the information in EasyMax is not productive. Now, obviously, you guys got to do it, like I said in the beginning, but eventually you should get rid of that stuff as fast as possible, because that thing is taking away energy from you. And that energy that it's taken away from you is transactions you're not doing. Okay? So that's why the second word, productive. And the most important one, the third one, profitability. And that's why today we'll be talking about money management and profitability. So now ask yourself, is what I'm doing now profitable? I'm asking you the question. Is
Right
what you're
now?
doing right now profitable?
Yes.
Yes. Why?
Because it's allowing me to learn and gain knowledge to apply
To be more effective with your
my time.
money, right? To be more effective with your cash, the money you have in the bank. What am I going to do with it? Did I do a transaction? Did I pay my bills? Yes. Now what do I do with the rest? Okay. So you have to understand this. The money you earn is equivalent, is equal, is completely equal to the service or the quality of service that you provide. So if you're making $40,000 in a year, then your quality of service is poor. Are you going to tell me, Fadi, it's not fair what you're saying? I've been working hard, I've been trying. Guys, I'm here to be blunt. I'm here to be honest. You don't like it, it's fine. It's not going to affect what I think. Why? Because I know for a fact that generally people will pay you a lot of money for what? A lot of service. So, let me ask you a question. You get on a plane, you sit in the economy class, you pay $200 for a flight to Las Vegas one way, okay? Are you getting what you paid for?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you decide to move ahead and go up to first class or business class, and you pay $600 for that ticket. are you getting what you paid for?
You should.
You should. Now, if they don't give you food, or if they give you crappy service, is it worth $600?
No.
What if, while you're sitting there, they give you the most amazing service ever? Like take care of you, whatever you need, they're there, they know you by name, they take care of you from A to Z. Is it worth maybe a little bit more, maybe than $600?
Absolutely.
And for 5 hours, trust me, it's worth more. Okay. So it's the quality of the service that you give. If the quality of the service matches and surpasses the money that you're getting, you'll get it. If it's here, you won't get it. You will not grow and they will not refer you. So the amount of money that you'll generate is directly linked with the quality of service that you are providing. It is as simple as that. It's an easy math, okay? Very easy math. So people will pay you a lot of money if they feel that you deserve it. I never sign a contract. I mean, the lowest I've signed is 5%. There's no way I would sign for my dad less than 5%. I don't care. 5%, that's the minimum I would ever accept. Commercial, residential, multi-units, $10 million property, I don't care. I will never be paid less than me, 3%. I'll never pay less than 2. So I'll never sign more, less than what? 5. Now, generally I sign 6. I give 2.5 and I keep 3.5. That's how I've always operated. When I work with a buyer, I always sign 3.5. Residence, business, building, $2, $3, $4 million building, doesn't matter. You know what? If the listing agent gives me 1, the buyer is going to give me 2.5, and he knows. And they ask me sometimes, but don't you get paid by the seller? Yeah, whatever I get paid by the seller will be removed from your 3.5. Well, that's not fair. Do you want to work with me? Yes, that's what I charge. You're not comfortable? No, it's okay. There's other agents. I will not lower my quality of payment because my quality of service is high. And people pay me. Why do they pay me? Because they feel the difference when they meet another agent. But how do I get to that? How do I get to that? Well, it's all about skills and knowledge, and you need to work on that. So in order to make more money, you need to provide better service. And in order to provide better service, you need to have higher what? Skills. Your skills are here, your quality is here. Your skills are there, your quality is there. The higher your skills, the higher your quality of service. Okay? Does that make sense?
Crystal.
Am I losing any of you so far? Luda, am I losing you?
No,
You zoned out for a second? Okay. So let me ask you something. If you're without money, it's generally 3 reasons. You want to write them down? Okay. Yeah,
I'm writing it down.
you're writing them. So
Prepare.
So the first reason why you don't have money, the first reason is you are not giving the service expected from you. So the service that the client wants, you're not giving it. Let me ask you a question. How many times did you sit with a seller to sign a contract and they did not sign with you?
A couple of times, yeah.
A couple of times, right? For me, when I was really producing at a very high level before I started coaching and training you guys, about 3 out of 10 would not sign with me. 3 out of 10. I would go to 10 appointments, 3 out of 10 would not sign with me. I always get out-marketed, out-priced, or out-commissioned. I will never accept less than 5% no matter what. Somebody offers, it's a $3 million property, Fadi, so this John, Mary, and Doe is giving us 3% commission. Would you do that? No. Any other questions? So I was not the quality of service they were looking for. What I wanted versus what they expected is not equal or plus. So it happens. Fadi, John here said it's worth 3.5 million. You're saying it's worth 2.5. I'd rather go with John. I can't do anything about price. Will I take it at 3.5? The answer is no. I don't want my sign to be there without a sold on it. Because without a sold is like a nice big check, beautifully written, same weight. You go to the bank and nobody takes it from you. It's zero. If I don't sell the property, how much you get if you don't sell it?
Nada.
Nothing.
Costs you
Simple.
money.
It costs you money. Okay? And I'm all about profitability. So do I want something that costs me money that do not generate any money for me? Not interested. Okay? The second reason, you are unable, you're unable to set goals effectively. Listen to that, okay? Or achieve them. You're unable, not unwilling, but unable. Means you don't know how to set goals that are effective, okay, and achievable. You don't know how to do that. So therefore, because you don't know how to do it, you're just doing anything to hope and pray that someone will call you, or you're trying to go and do all these, Facebook ads and whatever it is, okay? Because you don't know how, right? You don't know how to make a real business plan. Number 3, you cannot control your spendings.
Hallelujah.
Now, have you noticed that it's the last one that I put? Why? Is it because it's not important?
Probably because it's the most important.
It is definitely very important. It is not the most important, but it's extremely important. So I'll explain to you what I mean by that. Mike Ferry has always taught me, he says, Fadi, you could not save your way into wealth. What does that mean?
Save their way.
You cannot save your way into wealth.
You can't save money into wealth.
Est-ce que tu vas être riche juste à économiser? Non. Mais est-ce qu'il faut que tu sois bien organisé? Est-ce qu'il faut que tu sois profitable? Okay? So you cannot save your way into wealth. Now, you may decide, for example, you say, look, I'm getting into real estate. That's not your case, but you decide to get into real estate. You say, I'm going to try to find a banner that doesn't cost me a lot of money. It happens. And it happens to the best of us. Why do we do that? Well, because we're trying to save our way into getting into this business. The question that you should ask yourself, that most of you have already, is what's in it for me at that place versus that place? And it's the same for a client. Same for a client. Client that's going to meet an agent that's going to provide the service at 3% versus 5%, he may go with the 5 and even 6%. Doesn't mean that he's going to choose the lower one. Let me ask you guys a question. Who here drives a Lada? You guys
Trabant?
know car?
Car.
You see, that one doesn't even know what is Lada?
I've driven one. It's fun.
Not him, her. She was like, what is this? Okay, it doesn't exist anymore in North America. It came for like a year. Never
the
really
50s.
So a Lada is basically a Soviet car that would break down a lot. It was a nice car, but not really. Okay, but it was a really cheap car.
Looked like this desk.
I think it has more curves than this.
It's not a lot.
Car itself. But anyways, it's pretty interesting because the Lada was not an expensive car, and there are non-expensive cars today, a lot of them. So let's look at really, I think, an amazing car, Honda Civic. I think Honda Civic, in my perspective, quality price is the best car by far. Okay, I'm not driving a Honda Civic. Why? Because I chose not to drive a Honda Civic. I'm driving a less quality to price car. I pay more. Well, I'm getting more quality. I'm not getting as much as I would for my dollar.
1-to-1, yeah.
1-to-1, I'm not getting the same, right? But I chose to drive the car that I have. Okay. Therefore, it's the same thing for you guys. They may want to pay you more. They just are looking for what?
For why they should pay you more.
Why should they pay you more? Are you worth more than the other? If you're a commodity, see, if you are just the person that's going to take this listing and put it on MLS, Any monkey can do that. You guys don't, they don't need to pay you 6%. But if you're the person that's going to be hustling and bustling and calling the neighborhood and going and knocking on doors and talking about that property, if you're the person that's very high skilled in negotiation, well, they'll make sure that they're going to make more money with you. So therefore, they will pay you 6% commission. If they're comfortable and confident that you're the right person, they'll pay you what you deserve. But you need to provide that to them. You need to show it to them. So, one, you need to provide the right service. Two, have the right goals. And three, be profitable. So don't overspend either. Okay. What do I tell you not to spend on most of the time? And you guys, some of you still love to do it. Advertising, marketing. Why?
It's not a 1-to-1 cost ratio.
It's a 20 to 100 cost
It
ratio.
doesn't provide the value you pay for.
It's the worst type of investment you can do. And some companies will tell you, do that, and, put those postcards and send it out and do that marketing and do that. Why?
Because we can't control the income in customers.
Thank you. You cannot control the income that you're going to generate out of this marketing. And there's another problem. And I had a conversation with one of you guys, one of our top agents here that's above $1 million agent. He already made more than $1 million in the first 6 months. Okay, so he's up there. And I told him, I said, how much do you spend on marketing? And I don't remember who was sitting in this room. You were sitting there, right? You were there. How much was he spending on marketing? Remember?
$250,000 per year.
$250,000 a year. And what did I tell him?
I think he's still going this way in this market we have right now. He's the fastest way to the best way.
And he's a much more than $1 million agent. He's a $2 million agent. And I still believe that he can screw up his business royally the way he's going. Why? Why? You see, everybody is smart when the market's going up. Let's see who's really smart. It's when it's going down. And by the way it's going down, it's not marketing that's going to save you, it's skills. Skills, 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 skills. How much does it cost me to pick up the phone and speak with Alina?
0.
How about Svetlana?
Also 0.
How about you? How about Adrian that I called yesterday? How much did that cost me? 0. Now you see, why don't I call? Or why don't a person call? It's because they don't know what to say. They're scared. Oh my God, what are they going to say? Nothing. They may hang up the phone. So what? Who cares? How much did that cost me? 0. How much did it cost me not to call them? Thousands. Cost me 0 to call them and thousands not to call them. And hoping and praying that they're going to see my cute face on that sign and call me. Now, when they do call you, do you still need to pre-qualify them?
Yeah.
You just take any person? No, you still need to. Do you still need to send a VIP package? You still need to pre-qualify them a second time, make sure that. So you're still doing all the job. It's just costing you a lot of money to get an inbound call versus an outbound call. That's it. How smart is that? So let me ask you another question. What if I can hire, he pays $250, I can hire a person that calls my database. Are they allowed to call my own personal database?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do they need to have a license, a real estate license?
No.
They could call and it's a customer service call. Am I allowed to do customer service to my past clients? So what if I hire a person at $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000, $100,000 a year? Really high quality person. How much more business can I generate versus marketing? Think about it. Think about it. Okay? Think about it. So there's a lot of different ways to use your dollar. I'm not saying don't use it. I'm saying use it to the optimal way. Be the most profitable you can with each single dollar. Okay? So Profit generally is left from what? From two things. Revenue minus expenses. So, how can your profit go up? You either reduce expenses or increase revenue or both. You can increase revenue and still decrease cost. So are you looking at every single part of your cost at the end of the year? Are you looking at each one of them and saying, what is this cost? What is that cost?
Yeah.
Is there anywhere that you can cut? Yeah. Now you got to ask yourself, if I cut on this, will it increase my profitability? The answer can be yes or no. If I cut on marketing, could it reduce my income? Yeah. So now my question to myself is, okay, I cannot cut on marketing because it's going to reduce my income. How can I keep my income high and reduce marketing? And now your brain will figure out how to do that. Can I cut my cost on my car? Maybe. What car do you drive? Well, I drive a Mercedes C-Class. Great. How about a C-Class? Is that the same feeling? Maybe, maybe not. Okay. Cost cutting. I don't like it. I'll be very honest with you. I hate cost cutting. It's like the worst thing you could ask me to do. Why?
Sorry, what's cost cutting?
Reducing my cost. Why do I hate it? I'm not saying I don't do it.
Constraining.
It's stupid. Because it's much more easy for me to make money than to save money. So let me ask you something. Do a little exercise with me, okay? I want you guys to do that. I want you guys all to look at your budget, business and personal. You know what? Even better, just personal. Forget business. And I want you to cut $1,000 from your current expenses every month. Tell me what you're going to cut.
Break up,
What's that?
break up.
Break up with your boyfriend? That's a good one. I like it. Very productive for the boyfriend, I'm sure. Okay, so cut somewhere. Cut $1,000. I want you guys to do that. Please try to do that. It's a nice exercise. Go ahead. Go ahead. All of you. What would you cut? Okay, Pons. What would you cut?
So, like my personal or my family.
Yeah, well, I need something specific. You're gonna say, I will not pay that thing.
I'll cut restaurants, some of it.
Okay, so how much restaurants do you eat a month?
I would say a month, maybe six.
6. So you're no longer going to a restaurant. It's gonna be
No,
0.
no.
Hold on, I need 1,000 because I'm still not done. I still need another 400.
Okay, you need like
I
one.
want the whole. No. It could be many things.
Okay, I'll cut.
$1,000.
I'll Disney Plus.
Disney Plus, no more Disney. He's not gonna watch Mickey anymore. Yeah. Okay. So no more Disney. How much is Disney?
$12.
It's $12.
Yeah.
$15. Jesus, we're like 989, 80, like 85,000. Like we're missing a lot here. So Disney is gone. Restaurants are gone. What else? What else?
Uncle Carl.
No, hold on.
I will,
She finished with the boyfriend. When did you finish with?
so far these are pretty much the two that I have.
So you're not even at 1,000. How about changing your apartments to a shittier one?
He just, I just signed a lease for a week.
Why don't you give him a call? Say, look, dude, I can no longer do that. I need to cut my budget by $400. I got to leave that apartment and go to a shithole. $400 less. Why don't we do that? So now we're no longer having food, Disney, or even a nice place to live. That's $1,000.
Why the word?
Why do you even like? Why are you still alive? Let's screw that. Now let me ask you another question. How much will it take you to generate $12,000 more per year? Because that's 1,000 times 12, 12,000. It's one transaction. So which one's easier? Generate one transaction or having no more restaurants, shitty apartments, and no more Disney Channel? For the rest of your life. Every year. Which one is easier? But what do you have to do in order to increase revenue? You have to be talking to people. People need to talk to you and you need to talk to them. It's not complicated.
I'm talking to her.
Yeah, no, she's not gonna give you any listings, okay? So that's very important that you guys understand that generating is much more easy than saving. And I'm not saying don't save. I'll tell you something. The day they declared the pandemic, we sat down, Kareem and I, we started slashing a lot of expenses. We had no choice. We didn't know what the hell was gonna happen. So we had no choice to keep the company running. We had to go and see where we had fat and remove the fat. We have to do that. It's not a fun exercise. It's not fun. But you got to do it at least once a year. Look back at your numbers, say, okay, what can I cut? But again, maybe you should go look back and say, what can I generate? Where did I miss my shot? Which days did I not work that I should have maybe made some more phone calls? How many calls does it take me to generate that $12,000? Maybe it's 200 contacts. If it's 200 contacts, it's one a day. Which one's easier? Living in a shithole with no Disney and no restaurants, or making one phone call a day? It's my nightmare. And I don't even watch Disney. I'm already like pissed off because I can't see Mickey anymore. Okay? So you need to understand this. But there's also something very important. And yesterday, Kareem hit on it. Your taxes. Guys, the worst thing you could do in this country, the worst thing you could do in this country is not pay your taxes on time. Why?
Taxman.
Dude,
Slap
once the
you.
tax man comes, you can no longer work. You lose focus. You lose energy. You lose sleep. Your productivity goes to the floor. I've seen some amazing agents, some really amazing agents that crashed and burned and are no longer in business because of the tax man.
Can't escape death and taxes.
You do your taxes on time. Now, as you know, most of you, we keep
GST, QST.
GST, QST. In my case, they keep more. They keep 35% of my income. I've already told my administration, for me, Fadi, 35%. Why? Because that pays me my GST, QST at the end of the year and my corporate taxes at the end of the year. I have no stress. The tax man will not come to me. The tax man likes me. I pay my stuff on time. I'm never late. So make sure you don't forget your taxes. Okay? So if you're going to follow, by the way, in your business plan, in page 2 of your business plan, in the second tab, there's a number in blue. I'll show it to you next. When are we going to do the business planning? In mid-November, we're going to do our business planning, all of us. Okay? I'm going to show you that place. It's a little blue number. That blue number is percentage they should keep for you. And that includes GST, QST, personal income tax, business income tax, and investments. So whatever is left when you receive a check, you can actually spend. So now you know exactly, you'll never, ever, ever have any delays in taxes. And you're going to be profitable because then you're going to be able to invest your money and it's going to generate income for you. Okay? Make sense? Any questions? So Matab is 45%. See, Matab and I went through her exercise a few years ago and she's been there, never late again. Matab had some issues in the past with the government and we cleared them. Not only that we cleared them, now she has always enough money to pay everyone. Never late on a buck. Okay? Good job, Matab. Okay, so let me tell you guys something. Who's analytical here again? Raise your hands, please. Kind of. Don't be shy. I like analyticals. You guys are nice people. Don't think I don't like you. So, make decisions, please. Please learn how to make decisions. Okay? Life is about quick decisions. Very quick. Very, very, very quick. Any delays in making a decision, any delay in making a decision is time and money lost that you will never get back. You may get the money, you'll never get the time back, ever. Okay, so let me ask you guys a question. Who here is really, you know, perfectionist? Likes to raise your hand. Who's perfectionist? Okay. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. Thank you, Nick. Higher. Thank you. Just so we up. Thank you. Like really, you're hiding. I know you are. Okay. So who's? Thank you. Let me show you mathematically, because you guys are analytical to a certain extent. Let me show you mathematically why you're screwing up your life being perfect.
Trying.
Can I share with you?
Trying to be.
Okay. So let's say that your decisions bring you to a 90% success. Because you think so much about everything around your thought process, 90% of your decisions are perfect. They're crystal clear, no mistake. Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay. While you're taking your time to think about the solution, okay, I have the time to do 10 different decisions for you to make one, because I take decisions very fast. Okay? Now, let me show you why you're screwing up your life royally. 2 reasons. Number 1, while you've taken 9 great decisions, I screwed up half of them. I've taken 50 good decisions. Because I do it 10 times faster than you. Can you put it on mute? Thank you. No problem. So while you've taken 9 good decisions, I've taken 50 good decisions. While you've only made 1 mistake, I've made 50. And you're going to say, Fadi, look at this. I just made 1 mistake. I'm not as fast as you, but I don't make mistakes. Guess what? I like mistakes. Why? Because I learned 50 times more than you. You learned once, I learned 50. Guess what's going to happen the next time I get that situation in front of me? I'm going to test something different, because the first time I screwed up. And which, honestly, did you ever learn from anything good you've made? Oh, you brag about it. You know, oh, look at me, I did this deal, you know, it was great, it was cluster. But did you learn anything?
No.
Which ones did you learn with?
Failure is always.
So you basically had 1 learning event, 9 good things. I had 50 good things and 50 learning events. Who's better off?
More mistakes.
More money, more time. Why? Because once you learn from your mistakes, you'll never repeat, well, unless you're stupid, you know, you'll never repeat them again. You following? See, it's important to make mistakes. Very important now. The worst thing you can have as a conversation with a parent that you love, which is maybe your sister and her husband that are super analytical, is to tell them to let their children make mistakes. It's very hard conversation. Okay? One of my sisters said to me, and I love her, she said, I'd like my kids to be like you. I said, they'll never be like you. She says, why? I said, because you don't let them make my mistakes. I had to go through mistakes. Tons. I can't even stop counting. I stopped counting after like 2 hours in a day. How many mistakes I can make in one day. At 9, I'm like, okay, I mean, I think I did like 72 mistakes so far. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
I was just wondering, won't you say the same advice to drivers people when you didn't see a decision too fast and not thinking?
Would I say the same thing? I would if they don't learn from that. I would definitely. If I see you screw up twice or 3 times with the same thing, I'm like, dude, what's wrong with you? Okay? But if they're learning from it, no, I would never stop them. I'd say, make more. Make more. The more mistake, as long as you're learning, then yeah, that's the key. You see, I learned something very long time ago. I can either earn or learn. I never lose. My biggest mistakes in my life got me to where I am today. It's not my good things that brought me where I am. It's my screwed up things that brought me where I am. Okay, but if you don't learn, then you're just, you're a box 5. You're an idiot. You're not even a driver, or analytical, or amiable. You're just an idiot. Okay, you're not learning. Okay, so does that answer your question? Okay, monsieur. Good. Alors, now let me ask you something. If you want to make more money in this business, what do you have to do more? Well, obviously, prospect, the productive things. So, isn't it true that making money in this business is a numbers game? Let me tell you a little thing. You guys know a little bit my story when I was younger. So, as most of you, some of you of you definitely know, I used to work for this company called Electronics when I was 18 or 19. I had a nice red Golf GTI, beautiful car, and it took a lot of my money. Okay, so it was high insurance because I was a boy and I was young. Okay, or Golf GTI,
Go 4, huh?
the 16 valve, beautiful car. Yeah, so that car cost me a lot. Not a lot in gas, but still it was a lot in gas because I was poor. I was broke. I had to pay my insurance. I had to pay my, the car. So I needed to make money. So I found this nice company called Electronics. I remember the owner. What was his name again? It's going to come back to me. It's going to come back to me. His name is right here. I feel it. Okay. Okay, it's going to come back to me. Anyways, he hired me. Okay, and my job was to prospect for salespeople. I was making $10 an hour. $10 an hour when I was 19 is a lot of money. Okay, it's really a lot of money. But you know what I realized? I could make $100 on every sale that the salesperson makes. I don't know what they were selling. They were selling something called a heat pump. I don't know what the damn heat pump means. Yeah, at that time, I didn't know what it was. I hope you guys know. You're in real estate, you should. Okay. So Howard.
Howie.
Okay. So I understood one thing. I can make as much money as I want, knowing what? Knowing my numbers. So I understood my numbers, and I understood the following. I understood that every time I put an appointment on the board, every time I put a 1, every other 1, there's a sale. Over the 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks that I was working, I knew that every time I book an appointment for a salesman, it took 2 appointments to make a sale. And I knew that every sale would give me how much? $100. Bonus on top of my $40 that I worked those 4 hours. That was good. So I said, now I understand something. What do I have to do? I have to put what on the board?
More appointments.
More appointments. Do I care what the hell they're selling? What do I care about? I know that every 2 appointments I get $100. That's all I understood. I'm not that smart, I'm telling you. Not that smart. Okay? But I understood that. And I understood that there's 2 words that I got to use all the time. What are they on the phone?
No problem.
No problem. I'm not going to pay you anything.
No problem.
You can't even say it in class. Say it, man.
No problem.
No problem. Okay? I'm not going to list with you.
No problem.
No
Do
problem.
you have a buyer? If you don't have a buyer, don't come.
No problem.
No problem. No problem. Always learn these words. That's what I learned. They would say to me stuff like, I didn't know what the hell I was selling. I swear to God, I didn't know what the hell I was. I swear to God. I can't even understand that I didn't know what I was selling. But it was great because I learned those 2 words. Howard said, use that all the time. And if they say they're not going to buy, say there's no obligation. Is there any obligation to meet you guys as real estate agents? Do they have to sign a contract with you when they meet you?
No.
So then there's no problem. See, it's simple. So I understood that. I took up the phone every time I would talk. Plainte électrique. C'est quoi des plaintes électriques? I don't know what the fuck they were talking about. Plainte électrique égale oui. Okay. On va prendre un rendez-vous. Central heating with oil, yes. Electric, no. Okay. I didn't know why. I didn't even know what the hell I was selling, but I just knew that these were the 3 options. These 2 I take an appointment. This one I don't. Isn't it great? Is that dumb? Sorry, but I was making money. So my job was to know how much I want in the next week. If I need to repair that car because there's something broke, I need money. How much money? Hello, yes, garage. Yeah, how much is that going to cost? $500. Okay, all right, 500. Okay, I'll call you back. Thank you. $500. I need 5 commissions, and because the time that I work, basically I kind of spend it, so I cannot do. All right, I need 5 sales. How many appointments do I need? 10. Trust me, I'm going to put 10 damn appointments on that board no matter what. Because next week I want my car back. I'm going out. I have a date. Okay? So you guys understand how simple it was? Guess what? In real estate, it's the same thing. It's as simple. It is exactly as simple. You guys make it hard because you're thinking of everything else that's going to come after that call. There's 5 steps. They're not complicated. You pre-qualify. Then you decide if you want to go on that appointment or not. You prepare your VIP package. You send the VIP package. Make sure they received it. They read it. Any questions? Prepare yourself. And then go read. Read the listing presentation. Simple. Just not easy for you to understand that it's that easy. Okay? So you need to understand your numbers. You need to learn your numbers. Fadi understood. Dumb young Fadi understood that no matter what he says, it's 2 words, no problem. Put something on that board, and every time you put 2 things on that board, you make $100. That's all I understood. So you guys need to understand your numbers. If you don't understand your numbers, you'll never be able to achieve your goals. In order to achieve your goals, you need to know your numbers. Okay, so it's a numbers game. This business is a numbers game. If you knock on 10 doors and you throw up on each door, I guarantee you somebody will say, well, I like that stuff. Come on in. I like it. Yeah, come on in. It doesn't matter. People will sign with you. Think about it. If you really need it to be that perfect, how come young agents with no experience, no car, nothing, are still signing contracts? How? Does that mean they have more knowledge than you? Does that mean they have more experience? No. What does that mean? That means somebody just said, yeah, I like her. Yeah, I'll sign with her. You know, I like him. I'll sign with him. Okay? Simple. Simple. So, okay, so Matab is saying, Leonard, put up your hand.
So he's talking about me.
That was you. Matab
Wants
also
to
said
see my hand.
she saw it. Okay, so now Kareem told you yesterday to put these 5 accounts. I'm going to repeat them very quickly. So you're going to need your business account, and I'm going to give you some percentage on that. So your business account, 30% of your expenses will go for your business. 30%. Now you could be lucky, it could be 28 or 35. But generally, 30% rule is good. 35% is perfect. 30% goes to you. Now, you get a commission of 10,000 plus GST, QST. How much are you allowed to spend? Yeah, that's it. 70 is not yours. You guys know that? 70% is not yours? Okay, good. 25% for your taxes and 15% for your savings. If you don't have that structure in place, guys, you're going to get in trouble at one point or another. You're going to be spending money that's not yours. You're going to be spending the tax man's money. And once 30 personal, 30 business, 15 investment. Did I say 10? I'm sorry, 15. It's coming really under 15. You're going to invest. Why the hell are you working?
It was yesterday.
He said 15. He said 10. It's fine. I'm okay with it. I like 15. I like to invest more. Okay. I like to get my money to work for me. Okay. And the tax 25%. Well, Kareem is a little bit more analytical than me, so whatever he gave you is good also. Okay? Both of them are good. It's roughly the same thing.
4 or 5? You said 5, but you used 4.
Kareem said 5.
Okay, so 4.
Yeah, 4, I'm fine with that. Yeah. As long as you know how to cut that properly, you'll be okay. Okay, so, sorry, let me just close this. Yeah, okay, so I covered that. So you always think of about 35%. So you're always gonna have 35% expenses, no matter what. So guys, make sure that you understand that part. That $10,000 does not belong to you. 30% of it does. The rest does not. Now, I wanted to cover something that is very important to me, that I think that you should all really consider doing. Part of your business plan, if you know, when we do your business plan, part of it is how much investments you're going to make this year. I need you to become serious about this. I really need you to become serious about this. If you don't invest your money, you're working for free. You're not having anything in the future. See, if you work for McDonald's, you'll have a retirement. If you work for Disney, you'll have a retirement. If you work for someone, you'll have that. If you're working for yourself, you won't. You won't. And whatever that retirement age, I don't care what it is. You want to do it at 40, you want to do it at 50, you want to do it at 125, choose. I don't care. But keep money on the side invested. You can invest it in stocks. I would teach you how to do that. Or obviously in real estate, and I could definitely teach you how to do that. But please invest your money. Please make sure that between 10 to 15% of every check goes to your investment account. I still do that today. I still do that today. I don't need, I could be already retired. But why do I do that? It's an old habit. And it's a good habit. Now, I don't know. Maybe I won't need it. Maybe I'll die and have all of it still there for my kids or whatever it is. It doesn't matter. It's a habit. As long as you're living a comfortable life and people say, yeah, but Fadi, 30% is not enough. I hear that all the time. Who here thinks it's not enough? Honestly.
30%.
Yeah. 30% of that, $10,000 is not enough. Well, you can be honest about it. You don't think it's enough, right? Only 2 people think it's not enough. All of you like to pay 70% of your money to somebody else. So you all think it's not enough. But raise your damn hands. Raise them. Like, don't be shy. How can you solve that problem?
Generating more.
Generate a bit more. You want an extra 3,000? Make another sale.
That's 6.
Why isn't it complicated? I mean, isn't it complicated? Is it that complicated? Guys, if you had a job, it would be complicated. See, when you're working for Air Canada, you're changing your time for money. And we only have 24 hours in a day. We sleep 8 of them. So we can do what, 8, 10 hours that we can exchange for money? But in real estate, it doesn't have to happen that way. In real estate, it doesn't have to happen that way. And I'll tell you why. When you start prospecting the first time, do you get an appointment the first call? How about the second?
No.
How about the 10th?
Maggie did.
Maggie did? Oh, Maggie's a
Maybe
superstar.
they would
Yeah, Maggie did.
Or maybe they'll cancel. Okay? So let me ask you something. Who here really prospects daily? You do. Yeah, a few of you. How much easier is every conversation getting versus the first day you were here at the boot camp? Remember that first day at the boot camp? So
How much is it?
when you joined us, when you quit Remax and you came here, you went through the boot camp, right? Do you remember that first call?
I don't remember the first.
No, you may not remember the first call, but do you remember how difficult they were, these calls?
Yeah, absolutely.
So how much easier are they today?
It's
Much easier, right? Now, why is it easier?
You have the knowledge.
They're just doing the same thing over and over and over and consistent about it, right? So let me ask you this. Is it taking you more contacts to make as many appointments or less time? So what are you doing? Now you're using less time to make more money. So you're no longer exchanging a time for fixed income, you're actually now getting more income per hour. Imagine if you keep going for the next 10 years that way, the way you've been doing. Do you think you'll make $200,000 in 10 years, or you'll maybe make $1 million? Probably $1 million, right? With the same amount of work, which means it's getting paid more per hour. Is it possible, if you're working for Air Canada, to go up from $20 to $200 an hour? No. Unless you go and get that master's degree and you become CEO of the company, it's not going to happen. Okay? But in real estate, it will happen. Because in real estate, the more you repeat what you're doing, the better you become at it. And the more you use the different words, you become better at it. And the better you qualify, the more you'll get buyers and sellers, more serious. And the better your listing presentation, the more listings you'll get. The more aggressive you're going to be on price, the faster you'll sell those listings. Less customer service, more time to prospect, and so on and so forth. So you see, there's no limit. The only limit you have in this business is your mind. That's it. Your mind can stop you from doing a lot of stuff. Who here is already, who's going to Toronto? So all of us? You're not going?
I'm not sure yet.
You're not sure? Well, be
Oh,
sure. Talk
okay.
about. How about you?
I'm not here.
Where the hell are you?
I'm in Italy.
Why the hell are you in Italy? Well,
To
you
not
made
be
so
in
much
Toronto.
money this year?
It's a family obligation. I'm going to a wedding.
How about you? You're going?
Yeah,
Yes or no?
I'm trying.
That's not trying. Why you're trying? How difficult is it? Dude, how old are you? T'as 20 ans. Quand j'avais 20 ans, j'embarquais avec mes amis dans une auto. On allait à New York, ça nous coûtait, je sais pas, 200 pièces d'essence, ça coûtait pas ça, mais aujourd'hui, ça va coûter ça. Divisez-le à 4. Restez dans la même chambre. Like, how difficult is it, man? Ben, OK, il cherche des gens qui vont aller avec lui. There you go, you guys can spell. All right, you got one here, toi. T'as-tu acheté ton billet? Go ahead and buy it. Like, guys, what are you waiting for? You're getting Mike Ferry for like peanuts. And you're like, yeah, no, I'm thinking, what the hell are you thinking about? This guy's not going to live forever. I love him, but he won't live forever. He's 77. He's 77. Okay, just like get it. Dude, you're not going to have that chance for, like I'm trying to get as much out of him. You're going to Toronto, you know where I'm going? I'm going to Florida and then to Toronto. I'm doing 2 of them. 2 events in a row, back to back with him. I just want to learn anything from that guy. If I could learn one more thing, I'll do it. Okay. Any questions? Des questions? Any questions? Online, offline, any questions? Yeah, go ahead, write them. Any questions? Wow, you're all smart. I like that. Okay.
I wanted you actually to explain effective.
Effective. Okay, I like that. So effective is this. Okay, so let's put hours and money to make it easy for you. Okay, so let's say being efficient is you want to make $100, and it's going to take you 100 hours. Let's call it. Let's make it easy. 10,000. You want to make $10,000, and it'll take you 100 hours to make 10,000, because everything has to be really, really, really perfect. Okay, or you can make $8,000 working 20 hours. You're not making 10,000, you're making 8,000. But you're not working 100 hours, you're working 80 hours, 20 hours. Understand?
Yeah.
That's being effective. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Does it answer the question? Okay, any other question? Any other question? Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Okay, guys, thank you.